What's going on, everybody? It's James Zap from the Dapper Den Barbershop in Ridgefield, Connecticut, here with Beard Octane. Today we got Kevin, and we're going to give him a haircut and beard trim. Okay. All right, Kevin, what are we going to do today?
I'm going to go with the undercut. I want to trim the sides of the beard, mustache, I want to trim down a bit.
Okay.
And then length, I want to keep the same, so maybe just to cut split ends a little bit, that's all.
Okay. And what do you want to do with the hair?
Just trim another half inch off.
Okay.
And then just undercut going to the right.
Undercut going to the right. Skin, not skin, what are you feeling?
Not skin, just the hard part.
Just the hard part?
Top, yeah.
Cool. Do you want it boxed out? Do you want it disconnected?
Let's do it disconnected.
Disconnected, skin fade, right?
Right.
You said skin fade on this,
Yeah.
undercut.
Correct.
Cool. And then we'll get to the beard. We'll do that. Awesome. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do for the skin fade is we're going to make our bottom line first. I'm going to use a wall detailer. And we're just going to zero out this bottom line. So right now, we got the base, the bulk off, so now we're gonna hit it with the Profoil, the Vanish, just to get our base line done, and then we're gonna start fading up from there. How often do you come in to get a haircut?
That's every month, I think. I don't try to go longer than 2 months.
Yeah.
So I totally sit by the day.
And beard trim also, you come
Beard trim
the
as
same,
well, yeah,
same
totally
thing, yeah.
same. Yeah.
And yours used to be actually a lot longer than this too.
I used to have it just 3 inches down.
Yeah, we trimmed this.
Yeah,
we trimmed this
did one
down
real short
for your grandma.
for my
Yeah, for your grandma.
About a year ago, around this time.
It used to be so cool.
I used to be.
Well, so now we're just gonna go with the wall magic clip with a 2-guard just to get our bulk off, and then we're gonna start doing the rest of the skin fade. And you showered before you got here too. I
Yeah,
could
that's
see
right.
that. Yeah. Wow.
Don't break your foot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So how long have you been growing your beard out? When was the last time you shaved fully clean?
Fully clean, probably 29, probably 9 years. I was 20. Clean shaven.
9 years ago?
9 years, yeah.
Wow. And what made you want to grow it out?
Just I had clear that can grow it, so I just decided one day I'm not going to shave, see what happens, and see how long I have to grow it out. So ever since then, that's kind of been who I am. I'm the guy with the beard.
You're the guy with the beard.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, we're looking good?
Yeah, I like it.
Excellent. I hope you like it. We still have to do the hard part though, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. Let's tap that line in real quick and we can start moving on to the beard. I've always liked the hard part just for the practicality of the damn thing. It just helps to find the line easier.
I'm a new man now.
Yeah. All right, cool. Want to start with the beard?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So with Kevin's beard, what we're going to do is the big thing is he's got a little too much bulk on this side. So we're going to have to take it in here, also blend it into bald. I assume you want it as well.
Yeah.
So it's one seamless kind of thing.
Yeah.
This, we're going to bring it down. We're going to shape up everything too. We're going to do a lot of freehanding on that. And you want the mustache cleaned up a bit, right?
Yeah, just clean it up a little.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to start with the blend first, because I want to make sure the blend looks good. So once we have the blend down, then we can start shaping the rest of the beard to the side of his face. So the first thing we want to do is the blend. So this is the part that most people have issues with, because when this sideburn grows out too much, you can already feel it hitting your ear, right?
Yeah.
And it gets uncomfortable. You feel like there's a fly always in your ear. So what I like to do is I find the tragus. If you don't know what the tragus is, it's that little kind of flappy part, some people call it, of your ear. And I go right below the tragus with an open clip. So this is about a half, give or take. I just cut all that off. And then we start to slowly kind of bring it up and just fade it up into the 0. Now, if you're doing this at home, what I recommend doing first is start with a number 2 guard. Now, your 2 guard might be different than my 2 guard, so I'm going to say 1/4 inch is going to what you start with. Close. So just a 1/4 inch guard, and you're going to go with the grain. Now, what this is going to do if you go with the grain is that anything over a 1/4 inch, it's going to cut, but then everything else, it's going to lay down flat. So this is going to keep girth in the beard, but it's going to also make it even and kind of a little tighter to the face as well. And you can also see when I'm doing this, I'm not going down and in to it because that would completely chop it down. I'm imagining that his actual jaw extends down with his beard right here. And I'm kind of pulling off, doing a C motion as well. Now, the reason I tell people to start with a number 2 is because you're probably going to be afraid to do this at first, and you're afraid it's going to take off too much. So you start with a larger clip than what you think it could be. If you're still afraid to start with a 2 or a 1/4 inch, go up to 1/2 inch and keep working your way down. If you're afraid to do it, I would recommend a 1/4 inch. You should be fine because you can already see that's looking a lot better and a lot cleaner and tighter to his face. The main point of a beard, I should backtrack a bit, I'm sorry, is that we're using a beard to change the shape of our face, right? It's going to elongate his face more. It's not going to look, if a beard's too much like this, his face is going to look wide and round, which isn't a good look usually in general. They say the ideal shape is an oval, but we want to make it look more oval-esque. So we're going to try to bring it in tighter here. It's also going to make him feel a little more comfortable. So when we did the 2, we brought it down here, and then we brought the 1 down here. Again, below the tragus here, and kind of zeroed that out, and we're going to get this line a little bit tighter up here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1/8 inch with the grain, and not as far as I did with the 2. You can already see it's having a nice blend to it, and you can already feel it's off your ears a little bit. I got to hit it with the trimmer, but if you're at home and you just need to do things in between a barber visit, just doing a 2 or a 1 will not screw up the barber's job at all. It'll make it a little bit easier for him. So you can see that I'm going pretty quick when I'm doing this. I do cut beards for a living, believe it or not, Jared, thank you. And so I can know what I'm doing a lot. If you're doing this at home, take your time and go slow. Because you have a guard on, it's not gonna go deeper than a 1/4 inch. But again, you want to imagine that your beard is with your jaw. You don't want to go into his jaw. You want to kind of go with it like this. If you have to, you can see out and everything like that. Hey, Kevin, when you're at home, do you do anything to clean up your beard or anything?
Occasionally I'll trim the mustache a bit. I'll get the cheeks.
You do the cheeks yourself too?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you won't do anything like this, because I see you said what, every 4 or 5 weeks?
Every 4 to 5 weeks. I try not to do it. I'm more confident in your abilities.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. But you can do it. I believe in you, and you can do it too.
I've done it occasionally.
Now, another thing you can do at home while you're still blending something is you feel confident with them yourself. I use the comb as a level. So my comb that I have, these right here, are about the equivalent of a 1.5 guard. Now, I know when I did my 1 that that's around that. So I'm going to take this as a level, and I'm going to find where the hair is, and I'm going to start slowly pulling this out and blend it like that. So it definitely comes out a lot more even when you do that, because now it's a much smoother blend on the side of the beard. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do freehanding. So freehanding can be extremely difficult if you're not used to it. What it's doing is I'm using just a clipper or scissors to shape this beard to his face. So I don't want to take off a lot. That's why I'm not going to go with the grain with the clip the whole way. I'm just going to contour this to his face, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Right? Contour to his face. There are other people behind the camera. I'm not just talking to anybody. I'm talking to other people to get my vocabulary right. And so I'm going to use clippers, but I'm also going to show you how to do it with scissors as well. So the first thing you're going to do, if you want to start with a clipper, if you have an adjustable one like this, I'm using the Wall Magic clip here, is if you want to use it open first if you're uncomfortable. So what you're going to do is you're going to look in the mirror. I'm going to do it because I can see it better on this side, and just get anything that's flying away. Flyaways, I call them stragglers, personally, and just anything that's flying away. Now the most important part is if you're going to do this is comb, comb, comb. Every time you do a swipe, comb it more, because you're going to start to see more stuff come out. Now you're going to notice with the half, if you're going to do it, you're going to want to go super slow. You're going to take it here and just kind of run this blade even with it. And again, like I said before, comb it out. See more stuff flying away. Now, if you're feeling a lot more confident, you can take your lever and close it all the way. And this will give you it'll go a little bit faster for you if you're feeling confident. And you're definitely going to be tighter to the face as well. But if you're doing this at home, I recommend using scissors. Now, this is an in-between thing. If you're doing your beard at home, you can absolutely use a clipper. But if you're doing this in between barbershop visits, what I would recommend is using scissors. So what you want to do is comb it out, and you're just looking for anything that's flying away, like an extra long straggler, and just kind of trim that up a little bit. I'm seeing what's really long. Now, I did this side already with the clipper, but there's still some stuff. Some people will argue that the scissor will be a lot softer of a cut. That might be true. I haven't noticed any difference. Sometimes I'll go way back and do that with scissors, but I prefer just using a clipper. It'll speed up the process a little bit for me. Now, the most important thing that I can explain about anything that you're doing with the beard, whether it's going to be the mustache, the sideburns, the freehanding, anything, if you feel like you are screwing up, just stop. Don't try to even it out on the other side, because what's going to happen is you're going to even it out and then go shorter on that side and have to go shorter on this before you know you've shaved your beard off. I can say that I've definitely screwed that up. Have you ever done that before? Joe, I'm sure you've done that before. And Jared, I know you have definitely done that before. So the main thing is just stop. If you need to, just stop. Let it grow out. You're going to notice it a lot more than other people are, because you're looking at yourself every day in the mirror. So I have patches, believe it or not, in my beard that I see every day, but you can't see it because it's grown out. I just let it go. You're going to notice a mistake that you made, but other people won't notice it. So if you're screwing up, just stop and just let it be. Don't try to fix anything else on the other side, because you're going to wind up screwing up and then just taking your whole entire beard down. Now, Kevin, have you ever let your fiance trim your beard before?
No.
Never?
Not at all.
Do you trust her to do it?
I would, but she's never done it, so it's... Yeah.
So you would. I feel like you're giving me a smart answer, because she might watch this video later. So for the next part, we're going to start hitting length. With this, I probably didn't say this before, but this does apply to anytime you're trimming a beard. Less is always going to be more. With this, we're going to find the length that we want with his beard by using this comb, a Chicago comb that you can get on Beard Octane's website, which we'll probably leave somewhere over here. And we're just going to use this as our level to slice this and find our length that we want. So this is the part that gets difficult if you're doing it at home. Because in order for me to clean this up completely properly, this looks okay that we just cleaned up the bottom of his beard. But if I want it to make it look really sharp and have good lines on the side, I'm going to have him lift his head up. Now, this is going to be difficult for you, because I'm sure you could not see underneath here if I had you lift your head up. So what I'm going to have him do is lift his head up now. And this is for barbers. If you're watching this at home for barbers, this is how I get a nice line, because you have to make sure that your neck hair is not longer than your chin hair. You want it to be a nice even keel, so when it grows out, it's going to grow out evenly as well. So we're going to have him tilt his head back, and we're going to find the line just to kind of get all that neck hair cleaned up and give him some good shape on the bottom here. Just a little bit more for me, Kevin. Thank you so much. And as I'm going, I'll start freehanding also again, because I'm seeing the shape I want to have with this beard. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is the mustache. Now, depending on what kind of mustache you want, is depending on what kind of tool you're going to use. Kevin, you do want the walrus style mustache still, but we're just going to kind of clean up and make it even for you, right?
Yep.
So with this, we just want to kind of go very slightly and shallowly, if that's a word, with our trimmer. So what we're going to do is we're going to comb it straight down, and we're going to find a good spot to land and just kind of do like a C motion on each side. And again, like I said before, comb, 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 comb. So the thing that I will notice that most men screw up on more than anything is when they do the mustache part. Again, like I said in an earlier time in the video, if you feel like you're screwing up, just stop. Just let it grow out, put the scissors down, maybe come back to it tomorrow. But if you keep trying to fix it, it's not gonna look good. Now, when you go to do the cheek part of the beard, there's a couple different options you can have. I've seen some people leave the cheek line as high as they possibly can. I've seen people do chin straps, which are low. I personally am not a fan of the chin straps because it's not 1992 anymore. So we're in a new age, so we're going to not do a chin strap. My ideal shape for a beard line up on the cheeks is imagining if the corner of the mouth came up like this. And that's a good starting point. If you're nervous about where you're going to do it, always leave it higher. Maybe aim to go to the top of the mustache and then slowly go down with it. You cool with the dry shave, or do you prefer? Okay, it's fine. You want the eyebrows too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kevin, how do you feel?
Like it a lot.
Yeah?
Lines are sharp. Everything's just like I want.
And we did a dry shave because we get some crisper lines and stuff like that. Sometimes we'll use some gel or something, but you want those nice crisp lines, especially on the eyebrows and everything as well. We're going to put a little bit of oil in your face. I know you got a dry face underneath this whole beard. So we just some oil first. Let's grab that. So we're going to be using some regulator scent here. A lot of people say flavors, which to our respond, are you eating it? Which is not good. But we're going to do the regulator scent. A couple drops in here. Warm it up in our hands. I'm just going to get really underneath the beard here, kind of hydrate your face a little bit more. All right, Kevin, how we feel?
Feeling good.
I think you look 1,000 times better.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You look like a brand new person. Beard looks a lot better, cleaner, sharper, good lines, everything like that. Mustache looks a lot cleaner. You're a good looking man. I couldn't change that though. That was all you. So he looks good. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Go to beardoctane.com, check out some of their products, and stay tuned for more videos.